Assalamu alaikum. If you guys have spare cash lying around, the one biggest issue, the one big thing we all talk about is where could you invest your money? But due to our situation, we obviously need to make sure that the investments are permissible as well. Like, we're not just putting our investments in some madness basically. And so this video, inshallah, you guys are going to get some benefit of where I would invest my money, where you guys should invest your money. And yeah, like, where should you be if you're saving money? Like, obviously, should you just leave it in the bank account? No, don't leave it in the bank account. Of course, interest in itself is haram, right? I think the max rate you're getting these days is like 1%, but inflation is 4%, 3 to 4% over the next 2-3 years. So you're actually losing money keeping it in your bank account anyway. The better investment I think you could do right now is, would I recommend someone to invest in Bitcoin? You know what? Yeah, I would. I would recommend someone to invest their money in Bitcoin if they're going to see it over the next 5 years as an investment that they want to make. If you're going to invest your money in Bitcoin over the next 5 years and not touch your money, then cool. Am I all for these short-term, moves where you make a little bit of money, you sell, you try doing it at the right time? No. Like, I don't think you can time the market, and that's definitely not something you guys should be trying to do. That's not something we preach on this channel. So I would invest in cryptocurrency. I would invest in the main Bitcoin. Ethereum, I think, has really good potential, and I would invest in Ethereum. Would it be my number one investment? Probably not. Would I invest more in stocks than like cryptocurrency? I think so. I think I would rather invest in stocks than cryptocurrency. Though, look, if you guys are, comfortable investing in Bitcoin, I still think that it makes more sense for you to have your money in cryptocurrency over the next 5 or 10 years than keeping it in your bank accounts. And number two, of course, I would say investing in stocks is actually a great place to sort of put your money in. Now, that is though, depending on what your situation is. If you don't have a lot of money right now, if you've maybe got 500 or £1,000 and you're not really sure what to do with that money, then truth be, like, I wouldn't actually invest in stocks. That would be number three. Number two, stocks. Where should you guys be investing right now? I'll give you an idea. Right now, we're obviously having a lot of issues around petrol, diesel, so on and so forth. I think the electrical market is massive, moving over the next 5 years. I think that has great potential. I think anything in that area, to be honest, has huge amounts of potential. I think the aerospace industry is recovering and therefore has, again, potential as well. I would do research in the markets that have been hit the most during the whole pandemic and have not recovered yet. There are some markets that have recovered. There are other markets that haven't recovered. I would invest in the markets that have not necessarily recovered. And so I think that's probably the place I would personally invest if I was going to invest in the stock market. Though, as I always say, and if you guys haven't watched this channel before, one, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't seen the channel before. But number two, make sure that the stocks you're making investments in are permissible. I have made other videos about that. And also check with your people of knowledge. I am not here to tell you whether they're permissible or not. If there is a difference of opinion, I will share it, and it's upon you to go check it, if that makes sense. Obviously, I wouldn't tell you to go take a mortgage out because that is clear-cut haram. Stocks, though, there's a difference of opinion on, and so that's where I share my opinion. Now, honestly, the last two I genuinely think have a huge amount of potential, and I think it's actually something worth definitely getting into right now. They're actually both in the property market. They're both actually you can invest in and in a permissible way. So I definitely think it's worth investing in those two. Though, number three, if you guys don't have a lot of money, the best thing you guys could do right now is invest in yourself. Investing in yourself is so very powerful. And what I mean by that is, say for example, you're 21 years old and you are yet to learn skills that will help you in the future. Honestly, I would actually invest in I would invest in myself and try to learn as much as I can. Try to maybe pick up a course on how to edit. Maybe pick up a course on how to do Photoshop. Maybe pick up a course on how to run a business. But learn as much as you can in that, I don't have a ton of money to invest. I'm not ready to invest in the things that I don't understand in, but I do want to learn as many skills as I can. So that definitely is a great place to start. And no doubt, by the way, like, I would definitely say, like, reading books and listening to books, man, I'm telling you, listening to books has changed my life. Leave the link of certain books that I like in the description. So I will do that again. Of the 5 books that I read about 2-3 weeks ago, maybe check those out. Sick books, honestly, check them out. But number 4, we're going to go with property investment. And obviously you guys are going to be like, yeah, but for that, I probably need £300,000 or £400,000. But the truth is, there are certain places where you can invest into property where it's actually permissible and it's not as expensive. So for example, you could invest into Dubai, for example. There are many places at the moment that are going through development stages and need people to basically buy into their schemes. These schemes seem to be permissible on the outside. Obviously, you will have to make sure on each scheme and make sure it is permissible or not. But in essence, what happens is you have to pay the property value over 7 to 8 years. Sometimes it's less, sometimes it's more. You will put down a deposit of 20,000, 30,000 pounds, and then over the next 3-4 months, you're paying back like 6,000 every 3 or 4 months. If you guys want to know more on those, just check out, just type in like development schemes in Dubai, development schemes, buying properties in Dubai, paying for flats over 6-7 years. There are many opportunities out there. I'm not getting hooked up with any of those. I'm not getting like a commission out of anything. I'm not linking anything or anything, but I'm just saying that there are opportunities where you could actually buy a flat worth 200,000 pounds over 7 years. It just means that you obviously have to pay back a lot more in 7 years. But that property in itself is actually bought on the cheap because it's in development stage. So there is obviously that benefit as well. And number 5, we're going to go with properties again. And I'm going to go with Pakistan, investing into the homes and the flats in Pakistan. Like, I know you guys are going to be like, this guy always talks about Pakistan, but hear me out. Hear me out. Today, you can buy a flat for yourself, a house for yourself for 30,000 pounds in Pakistan. And where someone maybe doesn't have 300,000 pounds, they still need to do something with their money. The Pakistani market in the last 2 years has been going up like 40% every year on year. That's a lot. And obviously, Pakistan is going through this transitional period where it's trying to become more like the West. They're trying to bring in more facilities for people, making their life easier. They're going through a point basically where they're building a lot. There are actually outside investors investing into Pakistan, as in they're building like large plazas, large flats, large high sky buildings, and asking people from Pakistan to invest in them and the outside. What that though means is if you could get into investing into Pakistan in the next 3 years, I do think in the next 10 years, you could probably, inshallah, double your money. I think the potential is there. So I hope that gives you an idea into the 5 things I would invest my money into right now. And as a bonus, number 6, I would say that I would definitely look to invest into businesses as well, where I can. If I'm someone who doesn't actively like to be in a business, I would invest into businesses. And maybe, I don't know, it's something I've thought of, is a future potential for us to have some sort of fund for the youth where they can maybe start businesses for themselves. So look, that is definitely something I would do. And on all these avenues, make sure every single thing is permissible. There are permissible ways of doing it, and there will always be not permissible ways, because with these things, people always find a way out and make more money by going down the whole not permissible route. So if you haven't already, make sure to smash the like button, share with your family, your friends. Wa jazakallah khairan. You guys are amazing. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.